position were not altogether
Viagra.
This is not the work of nature.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
That was nice. Much better.
We're going to play a
Dagon.
scary game about Cthulhu. It's free.
I'm sure somebody has that tattoo somewhere.
I kind of want that tattoo.
It's kind of cool.
It'd be like a cool neck tattoo or something.
Eh.
Like a throat tattoo. Maybe not like the circle part on the front, but like the squids on the side with the eyeball.
Nah, I would like it somewhere flat.
Really? Okay.
Alrighty.
Text size. We're going to do it a little bit bigger just in case. Ready?
It's up to you.
Faithful interactive adaptation of H.P. Lovecraft's work focused on story and atmosphere. You will not find difficult choices, action sequences, or inventory management here, and movement is limited to progressing through locations along with the plot. Okay.
I am writing
The
this
walking
under
simulator,
appreciable
then.
mental strain, since
Pretty
by
much.
tonight I shall be no more.
No more. Interactive elements. Some of these will allow you to continue your journey. Other reveal interesting facts about the original short story, historical background, and the author. Okay, there's trivia.
Great.
Yay! You like trivia. I do not. Okay. Oh.
Penniless, and at the end of my supply of the drug which alone makes life endurable, I can bear the torture no longer, and shall cast myself from this garret window into the squalid street below.
What kind of drugs is that?
Do not think from my slavery to morphine that I am a weakling or a
Oh.
degenerate. When you have read these hastily scrawled pages, you may guess, though never fully realize, why it is that I must have forgetfulness or death.
Okay.
Really like the writing.
Yeah.
It was in one of the most open and least frequented parts of the broad Pacific that the packet of which I was supercargo fell a victim to the German sea raider.
Is this literally like a fucking study game? Because I can't move.
Yeah, no, you're just... This is
The
a
Great War was then at
simulator.
its very beginning, and the ocean forces of the Hun had not completely sunk to their later degradation. So
Okay.
that our vessel was made a legitimate prize, whilst we of her crew were treated with all the fairness and consideration due us as naval prisoners.
I think this is just going to be us listening to someone narrate the short story. And there's facts.
Oh.
What a boring game you downloaded.
Pause it if you want to learn something. Yay.
You said this is how long?
I don't know now because some people were playing it for like an hour.
Was the discipline
I don't know
of
if they
our
were doing
captors.
trivia.
5 days after we were taken.
Well, I hope you guys like H.P. Lovecraft, because
in a small boat
this is not
with
going to be an
water and
action-packed
provisions for a
episode.
I don't know
length
who
of
that
time.
is. I'm not gonna lie. It's about, oh, here's a bag. Point and click game. Yay.
Yay!
It's supposed to be scary though.
When I finally found myself adrift and free, I had but little idea of my surroundings. Never a competent navigator, I could only
Competent.
guess vaguely by the sun and stars that I was somewhat south of the equator. Of the longitude, I knew nothing.
Sounds like Clive
No
Owen.
island or coastline was in sight.
Does it?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the moon.
The weather
Oh.
kept fair, and for uncounted days I drifted aimlessly beneath the scorching sun, waiting either for some passing ship or to be cast on the shores of some habitable land.
That's not a good plan though.
Nope.
But neither ship nor land appeared, and I began to despair in my solitude upon the
Oh,
heaving
fuck. I'm
vastness
stuck in this.
of unbroken blue. The change happened whilst I slept. Its details I shall never know, for my slumber, though troubled and dream-infested, was continuous.
Ew. What the fuck is going on?
When
buddy.
at last I awoke, it was to discover myself half sucked into a slimy expanse of hellish black mire, which extended about me in monotonous undulations as far as I could see,
Okay.
and in which my boat lay grounded some distance away.
I see
Though
that.
one might well imagine that my first sensation would be of wonder at so prodigious and unexpected a transformation of scenery, I was in reality more horrified than astonished.
What the fuck is that thing?
Giant barnacle.
Is it?
For there was
they're
in
like
the
those
air
little, like,
and
fossil
in the
things
rotting
or something. I
soil
don't fucking know.
a sinister quality which chilled me to the very core.
Okay.
The region was putrid with the carcasses of decaying fish and of other, less describable things which I saw protruding from the nasty mud of the unending plain.
Ooh. Look at that.
Perhaps I should not hope to convey in mere words the unutterable hideousness that can dwell in absolute silence and barren immensity.
I don't know why when I saw that, I was like, help me step
There
bro.
was nothing within hearing and nothing in sight save a vast reach of black slime. Yet the very completeness of the stillness and the homogeneity of the landscape oppressed me with a nauseating fear.
Really?
The sun was blazing
It's a big
down
fucking
from
fish.
a sky which seemed
Yeah,
to me
like
almost
that fish
black
is
in
like
its
the
cloudless
least
cruelty,
detailed thing in
as
this
though
whole game.
reflecting the inky
Right.
marsh beneath my feet.
Okay. Where's my boat?
Oh,
okay.
squelching.
As I
That's
crawled into the stranded boat, I realized that only one theory could explain my position. Through some unprecedented volcanic upheaval, a portion of the ocean floor must have been thrown to the surface, exposing regions for which innumerable millions of years had lain hidden under unfathomable watery depths.
What the fuck is that thing?
So great was the extent of the new land which had risen beneath me that I could not detect the faintest noise of the surging ocean, straining my ears as I might. Nor were there any seafowl to prey upon the dead things.
Okay. But what the fuck is that thing?
For several hours I sat thinking or brooding in the boat, which lay upon its side and afforded a slight shade as the sun moved across the heavens. As the day progressed, the ground lost some of its stickiness and seemed likely to dry sufficiently for traveling purposes in a short time. That night I slept but little, and the next day I made for myself a pack containing food and water, preparatory to an overland journey in search of the vanished sea and possible rescue.
Okay. The fuck do I click on? The fuck?
the bag.
Wouldn't
On the
let me.
third morning, I found the soil dry enough to walk upon with ease.
That fish is so fucking flat.
The odor of the fish
Oh,
was
no.
maddening, but
This
I
is
was
so
too much
bad.
concerned with graver things to mind so slight an evil, and set out boldly for an unknown goal.
Are you glad you had me pick out games? What the fuck is this thingy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked good ones, Squelchy. We walked through the squid.
All day
Oh, what
I
the fuck
forged
is that?
steadily westward, guided by a faraway hummock which
What is
rose
that?
higher than any other elevation on the rolling desert.
Is that what? What the fuck? That's some big ass bones. Okay. Ooh, the whale.
Okay, I dig the visuals.
Yeah, it's super shiny though.
Yeah, it's overly.
That night,
Ooh.
I encamped, and on the following day still travelled toward the hummock.
Damn.
That
though
was
that
yummy.
object
Slice of the
seemed
sky
scarcely
dragon.
nearer than when I'd
Ew.
first espied it.
Squelchy's a mud dragon.
What is that?
The horrors of the ocean. Pause to learn.
Yay! Pause to tell us what it's about.
By the fourth evening, I attained the base of the mound, which turned out much higher than it had appeared from a distance.
What? Much higher than it had appeared from a
That's how our
distance.
relationship started. On the fourth day, I had attained the base of the mount.
And-
What is that?
And-
Oh, no.
And-
Okay, I dig the visuals. Yeah, it's overly.
Okay.
intervening valley, setting it out in sharp relief from the general surface.
Stupid.
Wait. A sharper relief from the general surface.
Too weary to ascend, I slept in the shadow of the hill.
When you want to be the little spoon.
I know not why my dreams were so wild that night, but ere the waning and fantastically gibbous moon had risen
Gibbous.
far above the
Gibbous.
eastern plain.
I wonder if that's what Gibby's full name is in iCarly.
Like
Gibbous.
how Meg isn't short for Megan, it's short for Megatron.
Yeah. Gibbous. Can we get a dog and name it Gibbous?
The name Wayne is just short for waning.
Which you're
I
waning.
was awake in a cold perspiration, determined to sleep no more.
Okay.
Such visions as I had experienced were too much for me to endure again.
Well, I didn't see any of
And in
it,
the glow
so.
of the moon, I saw how unwise I had been to travel by day. Without the glare of the parching sun, my journey would have cost me less energy.
You can't see,
Indeed,
though.
I now felt quite able to perform the ascent which had deterred me at sunset. Picking up my pack, I started for the crest of the eminence.
You like the way I say crest.
It's just it's somebody grabbing a box of condoms and walking into the room,
I have
picking
certainly
up my pack.
the rolling plain was a source of vague horror to me. But I think my horror was greater when I gained the summit of the mound and looked down the other side into an immeasurable pit.
It's an immeasurable pit! Or canyon.
Not exactly a
Black
compliment.
recesses
The
that
black
had
recesses.
soared high enough to illumine. I felt myself on the edge of the world,
Wow.
peering over the rim into a fathomless chaos of eternal night. Through my terror ran curious reminiscences of Paradise Lost.
Reminiscence.
Yay, you said it.
of
Terrified.
Satan's hideous climb through the unfashioned realms of darkness. As the moon climbed higher in the sky, I began to see that the slopes of the valley were not quite so perfect as I had
Sobering up after having a one-night stand.
It's not as good as I thought it'd be.
Began to see the slopes were not what I thought.
Croppings of rock afforded fairly easy footholds for a descent,
Ew.
whilst after a drop of only a few hundred feet, the declivity became very gradual.
Oh, we gonna climb down. Okay.
I have no idea what he was fucking talking about because I was just thinking about.
Vagina.
Urged on by an impulse which I cannot definitely analyze,
Oh.
I scrambled with difficulty down the rocks and stood on the gentler slope beneath.
What is that from? Fifth Element?
What?
The rock, the thing right there. Like, remember they get into the desert and then they see the statue?
The monolith?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else going on? Okay.
Gazing into the Stygian deeps, where no light had yet penetrated. All at once, my attention was captured by a vast and singular object on the opposite slope, which rose steeply about 100 yards ahead of me.
This
An
dick.
object that gleamed brightly in the newly bestowed rays of the ascendant.
Wow. I don't know why, but this game is just like, he's just describing
But it
shit
was
we're
merely
seeing.
a gigantic piece of stone.
No, the
I
visuals
saw
were created to
myself.
accompany the reading of the story.
I know, but I'm like,
It's, yeah.
it's redundant, you
It's
know?
cool for free, though.
Yeah.
So
We're
it's
making it
merely
interesting.
A gigantic piece of stone.
A gigantic piece of stone.
In other
But I was
words, rock
conscious of a
hard.
distinct
Right.
impression that its contour and position were not altogether
Viagra.
This is not the work of nature.
with sensation. For despite its enormous its position in an abyss which had yawned at the bottom of the sea since the world was
Oh,
young,
Jesus Christ.
I
He likes
perceived
cougars.
beyond a doubt
Oh my
that the strange
God.
object was a well-shaped animal
Well shaped. I'm
whose
gonna call it a
massive
monolith.
Bulk.
and perhaps the worship of living
Whoa.
dazed and
Worship the
frightened,
giant
yet
dick.
not without a certain thrill of the scientist's or archaeologist's delight, I examined my surroundings more closely.
I'm assuming I have to examine now. Examine. Ooh, okay. Just straight ahead.
Squelchy.
Why is it so squelchy? Ooh, water.
Water.
Ooh, it's wet.
Well near the zenith, shone weirdly and vividly above the towering steeps that hemmed in the chasm, and revealed the fact that a far-flung body of water
Is that an
flowed at the
Avengers
bottom,
poster?
winding out of sight in both directions and almost lapping my feet as I stood on the slope. Across the chasm, the wavelets washed the base of the Cyclopean monolith, on
Cyclopean.
whose surface I could now trace both inscriptions and crude sculptures.
Okay. Okay.
The writing
How the
was in
fuck
a
did I get
system
up
of
there?
hieroglyphics unknown to me and unlike anything I'd ever seen in books.
Those are some very
Never
well
seen a
done.
turtle in a book?
Not that well done, apparently.
Consisting for the most part of conventionalized aquatic symbols such as fishes, eels, octopi,
Fish!
This is-
mollusks, whales.
This is just a dumb guy who got lost.
He's like, I found pictures, but it's aquatic symbols. Those aren't really symbols. Those are just straight up
Drawings
drawings.
of fish and shit.
Yeah.
And a playing card?
Several
Yeah.
characters obviously represented marine things which are unknown
Oh.
to the modern world.
Oh. Okay. Squidbillies.
Whose decomposing forms I had observed on the ocean-risen plain.
He's never seen a squid
It
before?
was the pictorial carving, however, that did most to hold me spellbound.
I wanna. What's that thingy?
Learning!
Learning! Pause if you want to learn. Yay. Oh, there's people down there. Is that people? I can't
Click
tell.
on it.
Plainly visible
Oh,
across
hey.
the interior
Jesus Christ.
their enormous size
Oh my
were an
God.
array of bas-reliefs whose subjects would have excited the envy of a Doré. I think that these things were supposed to depict men, at least a certain sort of
I'm
men.
trying to see, but you're in the
But
fucking
the creatures
way.
were shown disporting like fishes in the waters of some marine grotto,
Who, they in a grotto?
or paying
Fish
homage
people?
at some monolithic
Touching their
shrine,
fins and shit.
which appeared to be under the waves as well. Of their faces and forms I dare not speak in detail,
Well, now.
for the mere remembrance makes me grow faint.
Well, now the video game guys can't give us a better picture.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like,
Thanks,
you're making it a harder
HP
job for
Minecraft.
everybody else to figure out.
Grotesque beyond the imagination of a Poe or a Bulwer.
I don't know about
Oh,
that.
never mind. There's the faces.
Oh, okay. Thank you for the squiggly faces. Gotta fucking go
They
somewhere
were
with it.
damnably human in general outline, despite webbed hands and feet, shockingly wide and flabby lips.
Oh.
None of them have lips. Oh,
They
this
don't.
one has lips.
They don't?
And other features less pleasant to recall. Curiously enough, they seem to have been chiseled badly out of proportion with their scenic background.
I don't know why I'm thinking of like Tinder profiles. It's like they're way worse than I thought they'd be.
For one of the creatures was shown in the act of killing a whale, represented as but little larger than himself.
Ah, that's kind of cool.
I remarked, as I say, their grotesqueness and strange size, but in a moment decided that they were merely the imaginary gods of some primitive fishing or seafaring tribe. Some tribe whose last descendant had perished eras before the first ancestor of the Piltdown or Neanderthal man was born.
See, that would be cool, but the pictures don't match that drawing style like at all. You know,
Yeah.
it'd be cool if they were actually like hand chiseled looking.
Yeah, no, it's
drawn.
just printed on there.
Right.
I get what they were going for.
Awestruck at this unexpected glimpse into
I like the
past
idea of
beyond
the,
conception of
like,
most
giant
daring
fish,
anthropologist.
like giant evil mermaids.
I stood
Yeah.
musing whilst the moon cast queer reflections on the silent channel before me. Then, suddenly, I saw it.
Well, I can't.
Pennywise?
With only a slight churning to mark
Oh.
its rise to the surface. The thing
Water
slid into
physics.
view above the dark waters.
Do it. We get wave action in there? Not really. Oh fuck, mister.
Loathsome, it darted like a stupendous
Something
monster of
happened.
nightmares to the monolith.
Is he a woman? He was like,
About which it flung its gigantic scaly arms, while it bowed its hideous head and gave vent to certain measured sounds.
it was like WWE. Oh shit.
Oh.
Wacky wavy.
Mad then. Of my frantic ascent of the slope and cliff, and of my delirious journey back to the stranded boat, I remember little.
Would you go back to the boat?
No.
Like, you know there's nothing there.
I would just... Well, I wouldn't go back to the boat on purpose. I would just get the fuck away from the giant fish man.
Right. Uh-oh. He's got problems. Why does it sound like it's raining on a
I
porch?
believe I sang a great deal and laughed oddly when I was unable to sing.
Dude, you fucked up. Ooh, big claw.
Still confused as to
I have
why there's so much
recollections
mud.
of a great storm sometime
Right.
after I reached the boat.
I like the color.
At any rate, I know that I heard pearls of
Shiny
thunder
it is.
and other tones which nature utters only in her wildest moods.
See, like the rain actually kind of fits the texture now, because before it really did not fit, like, at all.
Yeah. Well, it's almost like it was designed
When I
with
came
rain
out
in
of the
mind.
shadows, I
Yeah.
was in a San Francisco hospital,
Ew, fix your fucking tiles, man.
brought thither by the captain of the American ship which had picked up my boat in mid-ocean. In my delirium, I had said much, but found
Yeah.
that my words had been given scant attention. Of any land upheaval in the Pacific, my rescuers knew nothing. Nor did I deem it necessary to insist upon a thing which I knew they could not believe.
Okay, question?
Learning.
Yay, okay. Mind control? Okay.
Once I sought out a celebrated ethnologist and amused him with peculiar questions regarding the ancient Philistine legend of Dagon, the fish god.
The fish.
The dude did not
Dagon
look
sounds
like a
cool.
fish god.
Fish god does not sound cool.
No, and that did not look like a fish god. Oh, main deity of the Philistines.
Ancient god of fertility and crops. In Hebrew, the word Dagon was a common noun for grain.
What the fuck does that have to do with fish?
In H.P. Lovecraft's works, Dagon is an underwater deity ruling over the deep ones, a humanoid race with fish traits that resides in the oceans. He is worshipped by a secret cult called the Esoteric Order of Dagon.
Wow. Okay.
Well, I've got more ideas for D&D.
Yeah, no, that is, yeah, something you could look into.
It'd be
Some
cool for like
H.P.
a
Lovecraft shit.
pirate campaign.
I'm really confused about this bus, though. It's like a half busted
Is it
up.
bussin'?
Bussing! It looks like a fucked up cheerleader. What am I... Oh. Okay. We get up now. I really like that office. It's like the size of our
But
house, though.
soon perceiving
Yeah, no
that
shit.
he was hopelessly conventional, I did not press my inquiries.
Plus, when you have that much wood, like, the room sweats. You know? I don't like it. It's too humid.
Yeah, I get it.
More learning!
More learning.
Ah. Okay, we're not reading that. Yay. Oh. So.
Oh,
Bonk, bonk. Bonk, bonk. Oh, okay. We're just exploring the room now. I really... Oh, don't fucking look at me. Stop it.
look at that look of disapproval.
Talking about that mound. Didn't like it. Oh my
It's
god.
basically just a tattooed dick.
Yeah. Is there anything I'm like missing in particular? Or am I...
Nope, I think
Okay.
it's pretty much it.
We're just going
Pretty
corner to
straightforward.
corner.
We're just listening to the story.
It is
Oh,
at
we're back.
night, especially when the moon is gibbous and waning, that I see the thing.
Give us...
I tried morphine, but the
Oh, my
drug
breath
has
stinks.
given only transient surcease and has drawn me into its clutches as a hopeless slave.
So he saw Fishman got hooked on drugs.
What does transient surcease?
I don't
So
know.
now,
Temporary relief?
it all,
Sure.
having
If I had to
written
use
full
context
account
clues,
of
I
the
think it's
information
temporary relief.
or the contemptuous amusement of my fellow men.
Yeah, what's the point of writing it if it doesn't amount to anything, you know? We out of drugs.
Often, I ask myself if it could not all have been a pure phantasm, a mere freak of fever, as I lay sun-stricken and raving in the
Fair.
open boat after my escape from the German man-of-war.
Boat. Well, you had poor fucking planning for one, because you have no source of shade. You
This,
obviously
I
don't
ask
have enough
myself,
shit to live on a
Ever
boat.
does there come before me a hideously vivid vision in reply. I cannot think of the deep sea without shuddering at the nameless things that may at this very moment be crawling and floundering on its slimy bed,
I don't see anything.
worshipping their ancient stone
Ow.
idols and carving their own detestable likenesses on submarine obelisks of water-soaked granite.
I like that.
I dream of a day when they may rise above the billows to drag down into their reeking talons the remnants of puny, war-exhausted mankind.
He seems a little
The day
rude
when
about
the
that.
land shall sink, and the dark ocean shall ascend amidst universal pandemonium.
What the fuck?
That's pretty cool.
He's like, everybody made fun of me because I said crazy shit. I hope Cthulhu and his buddies come and kill everybody.
It's
Like,
basically a Twilight Zone episode.
yeah.
Click on the Statue of Liberty.
Fine. This just feels like Life of Pi.
End is near.
Oh, it's not over.
I hear a noise at the door, as of some immense slippery body.
Slippery body.
Tinder.
Yeah, your Tinder date's here.
Yeah.
It shall not find me.
It couldn't literally get on the boat. It's too fucking big. Okay.
God, that hand!
It is. It's not much of a hand.
The window! The window!
Window? Wait, are you gonna do anything? Okay,
Nah,
there you
probably
go. Oh, that's fucking boring. Then I have no urgency to get out of it. Okay.
Squish at the bottom. Not a thud, a squish.
Oh, thank you for playing. Cosmic Horror. We could appreciate if you took a moment to rate Dagon and check out our other games and DLCs.
That's cool.
That wasn't bad.
Not much of a game, but it's a fun little, like, different way to
Yeah.
consume a story.
Yeah,
You
I
got
like
some
that.
really nice visuals with it that you got to experience while hearing the story. Because, I don't know, I'm not a big gothic horror or H.P. Lovecraft fan, so I don't know if reading that, if I got bored, if I would continue to read it. But since there were visuals accompanying it, there was parts where I just kind of lost interest and zoned out, or we were talking, and then I would just come back in, and it eventually kept my whole attention. But
It made me feel cultured without having to do any work.
yeah,
Yeah. Like,
oh, I've definitely read an H.P. Lovecraft story now. I can tell
I would
everybody I've
not
read one.
read that shit. No. I can be like, oh, you hear about the thing? I don't even know the fucking title of what this is based off of. I forgot. Cat, why you be so sweet?
Hanging out.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks for experiencing that with us.
It was a fancy picture book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I liked it.
And we got to make dirty innuendos.
Could the sound effects and graphics have been better? Yes.
It's free.
But it was free.
Yeah.
Narration was great, actually. I really liked the narration all the way through. I wonder if they just like licensed the use of a narration that was already done for the story, or if they had somebody do it themselves. Because if they did, they found somebody who was great. Sounded a bit like Clive Owen.
I feel like what they could do is just make it a picture book based video instead. If you're gonna have the narration, just skip all the point and click and just
Put in some smooth transitions.
Yeah.
Because your video game transitions are choppy and not that well done. A manual transition would be a lot smoother.
I would probably just watch this on YouTube Like,
Yeah.
I'd just, like, be like, oh, picture book, because I don't understand these fucking words. Like, subtitle it, put the cool visuals in, and then, you know, like, throw in, like, the trivia shit, like, on, like, a website or something, you know?
It was very straightforward with us as soon as we started the game, though. It was like, hey,
Yeah,
you don't get to do anything.
I know, and it said it was horror, but it really wasn't, because you don't...
I mean, it is, but it's not in the sense of a normal video game, but it's a horror story.
No, it's not, yeah.
Look at this cat. She's all stretched all the way out on me.
Aww, you kitty kitty. Kitty kitty. I don't think she likes me petting her. Nope.
No,
she does not like that.
Anyways, thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. Hope you feel as cultured as we do. Yay.
Culture.
Culture. Well, there we are.